Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If there is any problem with the audio or the video, do let me know. Okay, good evening everyone. If there is any problem with my audio or the video, do let me know so that I can get it rectified right away. If there is no problem, then we'll get started. Is that fine? Good evening everyone. It's great to see everyone right here on YouTube. Okay. We'll wait for just 5 more minutes so that everyone can join, and then we'll continue with the same itself. Okay, if you guys have any tell me about the attendance process, please. If you are listening about the attendance process today, you are extremely late. Almost 3 days are over, and there's no point of filling attendance right now. Okay, yeah, it's clear. Okay, that's great. So there's no problem with the audio or the video. That's amazing. Today we are going to start with like some of the smaller stuff in CSS itself. Like we'll be looking at 2 or 3 small projects that we'll be making today just to understand some basic concepts of CSS, looking at more attributes that we can use in CSS itself, more properties that we can change. So that will be our main aim today itself. Then we will be discussing, like I will be answering some questions in the second half for you. If you have any doubts, any queries, any questions for me, I will be answering them today. And that is what I have planned for today itself. From tomorrow we are going to start with the box layout and everything that comes under HTML and CSS to create responsive designs. That is something that will be starting, like we'll be doing tomorrow, and day after tomorrow either we'll be diving into Bootstrap CSS or Tailwind CSS. I'm majorly interested in Tailwind CSS because it will make your websites look very attractive, but let's see what we can do, and then we'll get started with it. Okay. Is there any bootcamp on Node.js or React? We are planning on one bootcamp on Node.js. You need to understand that these bootcamps are an introductory bootcamps itself, so that you guys are able to understand what is web development and its fundamental, to understand if you are interested in web development or not, if you want to pursue web development. So we are planning upon one more bootcamp on Node.js that will be starting from 5th or 6th of May. Okay, so that is something. Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine. Okay. Good evening everyone. We'll be waiting for 5 more minutes so that everyone can join us, and then we'll continue with the same itself. Okay. No, I'm not from any IIT or NIT. That is something that I want to be very clear with, because we started Shape AI with this motto in mind itself, that only people from IITs and NIT should not be the ones who are going into the biggest MNCs in India. Our main aim is to enable people to get into the biggest MNCs in India and abroad as well, so that they are able to flourish. Even though they were not in IITs or triple IITs or NITs, they are still able to manage and to get into these colleges itself. So as you are able to see on my screen, these are our previous graduates that we have. So we have these are the batch 1 that we had, and these people just graduated almost 1 month ago from Shape AI, and these are the results that we are having. So Shubham Kumar got placed in Goldman Sachs, Devesh Vishwakarma bagged an internship at Reliance, Abhishek Kumar got a job at Barclays, Bhavya Kala got an internship at Microsoft. Ajit Garg had got an internship at Wells Fargo. Atulya Arya, she was from Tripoli. Okay, she was not even from CSE or IT. She got into Goldman Sachs. Abhishek Kumar, who got into Barclays, he was also not from CSE, IT or triple ITs and ITs. He was from chemical branch and he got into Barclays. Then we have Abhay Patro from Wells Fargo, so he got placed in Wells Fargo. Avinish Kumar got placed in Goldman Sachs. Raghav Loya got an internship at Walmart. Then Vikas Kumar, he's a civil engineer. Okay, so he also is not from any IITs, NITs or something like that. He's not even from CS background. He got placed in ZS Associate, so that was a proper placement. Mahi Patel got an internship at Deutsche Bank. She was from ICT. Okay, not even from CSE or IT. So Harshit Mittal got into SourceFuge. He was from ECE. Then Sahil Garg got into Nutanix, and Ashish Modi got into ShapeAI. So he is currently working at ShapeAI. If you are on the groups, you must have seen him frequently on the groups as well as on the Telegram channel. So he basically handles all our management portion as well as the technical content making as well. So this was the first batch that we had, and it graduated just 1 month ago, and these were the results that we were able to produce from them. So that is something that we take a lot of pride in, that we are able to get students not from NITs and IITs into companies that are one of the biggest in the entire world: Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, Walmart, Wells Fargo, ZS Associate, Deutsche Bank, SourceFuge, Nutanix, as well as ShapeAI. So that is also something that happens. So that is something that we really take a lot of pride in. We are able to conduct many trainings and internships, and we provide students with referrals from different companies at the end of it, so that we are able to train them for a particular position. For example, early on we just used to had data analyst training and internship programs. This was a 2.5 months program in which we trained the students in the necessary skills that they need to have. And then we also, the entire period, we gave them multiple projects to work upon, so that they are able to complete an internship during that particular period itself. Now that is something that no other company is offering right now, and it was something that I was lacking when I was in college, and I was trying to figure out different stuff. There was no guidance being provided to me. There was no one who I could approach and ask that how to exactly learn a particular topic itself. And the materials that were made available to me, they were made by people from US, UK. They didn't had a particular understanding about what is exactly needed to get a placement in India. Although I could refer to those material and become a good web developer, become a good data analyst, but there was no guidance being provided to me how to get a job in that in India. And of course there's no limit to it, but US and India are not similar at all. Whatever you are able to study and get a job in US, it would be a majorly high paying job rather than the same knowledge when you are in India, because of the competition that is currently present in India. It's just too much. So that understanding itself, there was something that was missing. And anything that I was able to see, whether I was going for Coding Ninja's courses, so it was so costly, 10,000 rupees, 7,000, 8,000 just to learn DSA and CP. And even after that, there is nothing, that there's no guidance being provided to me that how to become a full stack web developer, how to become a data analyst, what are the pathways that are available to us. There was no one I could talk to who has themselves cracked these companies. So keeping that in mind, we started ShapeAI, so that students are able to interact with mentors who are basically in the companies that they are aiming for. Because if I have cracked a company like Google, I have cracked a company like American Express, then you guys will be able, so I will be the best person to tell you how you can also do the same thing, because I have proved that this is possible for me, not being from an NIT, IIT or some other reputed college, or even not doing a CS or something like that. If a particular person is able to crack a company, then he is the best person to mentor the students, to train the students itself, because now his aim is not to make you the best full stack web developer or best data analyst that is present in the market. His aim is just one thing: to get you placed into a good college. And that is what ShapeAI strives for. That our aim is not to make you the best web developer, it is to make you the best person for a company to select. If there are 50 people who are coming to an interview, then you are the best person who is getting into that particular position. That is the principle behind ShapeAI, the core fundamental, whatever you can say, that we founded ShapeAI for. So that is something that we really take a lot of pride in, because to bring such a great result to to these students in just 3 months. That was something that we really did a lot of work behind, and that is something that we also take a lot of pride in. Okay. We do not provide any courses as such. Like, of course, there are some courses, but they are majorly resources that we provide. If you want, I can go through that as well. Let me just show you. So basically, there are two aspects to Shape AI. So these are the current mentors that we have, the current instructors that we have in our training and internship program. So we have Madhav from American Express, Nandini Jalan from Google, Rahul Halalka from Goldman Sachs, Shaurya Sinha, yours truly, and Parag Mittal from Microsoft. So these are all the instructors and mentors who are actually teaching in our training and internship program. Now, the training and internship program is something that you do not need to have any prior experience or any prior knowledge as such in any of the fields. What we do is we take up students who have no understanding about a particular topic. We train them during a 2.5 months internship. So I will just show you guys the entire syllabus for the same. So let me just open up the thing. Okay, so I think so this should work. Okay, this is still not working. Okay, so this is the entire full stack web developer training and internship. So this is both a industrial training that will be provided to you by people from Goldman Sachs, American Express, Google, Geo, and Microsoft, and they will be first training you in all the necessary skills that you are going to need, including data structures and algorithms and C++. So that is one of the best features for this, that you do not have to ever pay for any course in your life. That is one of the best feature for this, and this is live. Okay, this is a live training and internship. It takes place on Zoom and Google Meet every single day. There will be one class for 2 hours and one other doubt session, live doubt session with the mentors from these companies who you could ask live doubts to for the next 2 hours. So 5 days a week it happens. So I will just show you. There are 2 batches currently. Batch 1 that is going to start from 1st of June, and batch B that is going to start from 1st of July. So like we are able to show you guys. So benefits: data structures and algorithms will be completed in this. Competitive programming will be done on a daily basis, along with a doubt class in which you will be able to ask your doubts as well directly live. There will be 2 hours of live doubt session every single day. It will be live. Along with, you will be given a Slack channel on which you can ask your doubts like 24/7, and there will be always be a mentor who will be answering your doubts. There will be 2 hours of live class every single day, 5 days a week basically. So weekends we give it free so that you guys can enjoy a lot as well. Recordings for all the live classes are provided. There will be 10 plus certifications from the top MNCs in India, from Stanford, from Google, from IBM, from AWS, from Microsoft. We provide certifications on different topics from these top MNCs as well. After the end of the entire training and internship, we'll be providing you guys with referrals that will allow you to get paid internship opportunities at the top MNCs in India. So like I showed you our graduates itself. So that is also something that we really take forward in. So there will be interview preparation as such, because our aim is to make you the best candidate for a particular position. So interview preparation is essential. Interview preparation, resume preparation, GitHub preparation, LinkedIn optimization, all these kind of stuffs will also be taught to you. And then letter of recommendation, certificates, and many projects. So one of the best thing about it is, at the end of the day, it is a proper industrial training and internship. So you'll be getting a letter of recommendation, you'll be getting an internship completion certificate, as well as an industrial training completion certificate as well. Secondly, you will be getting a complementary data analyst and machine learning engineer course as well. So that is something that we provide for free. Like, it's complementary with the entire training and internship program. So I will show you that at the end of the entire thing. Okay, so the topics will be covering in data structures and algorithms. So you will be learning every single thing, all the data structures and algorithms, as well as the competitive programming part for that as well. That is absolutely essential for any interview. Even though if you are not planning to join the entire training and internship program, this is something that you can refer to, because even if you are learning on your own, you can take this syllabus as your guiding mechanism to what is the next step after. For example, after introduction I need to study mathematics, then bit manipulation, then recursion, then arrays, then searching, sorting, matrix. So take it as a syllabus for yourself, for self-learning as well. If you're not planning to join, there's no problem in that. Take this as a roadmap of what you need to do and what you need to follow to become a full stack web developer or an SDE as well. This will work for both of them. Okay, now that is for data structures and algorithms. Moving further to the technologies that you'll be learning in the entire training program. So you will be starting with the basics: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, GitHub, Bootstrap, Tailwind CSS, React, Redux, Webpack, Sass, Node.js, Express, MongoDB, APIs, Docker, containerization, and Kubernetes. So if you are taking into account the first two lines, the first two paragraphs are basically the front end that you'll be working, and the next two rows are basically the backend, that is Node.js, Express, MongoDB, and REST APIs. And the last particular paragraph is the DevOps. So that is Kubernetes, Docker, orchestration, containerization, all these kind of stuff. So this is a full stack web development training. You'll be starting with the basic fundamentals like web protocols, HTTPS, HTTP, HTML, then CSS, then Git, GitHub, and version control, responsive design with CSS, grid and box layouts, Tailwind CSS, Bootstrap CSS, JavaScript ES6. You'll be finishing with the basic knowledge that you need in the first month itself. You'll be so the first 15 to 20 days itself. You'll be learning two projects in the same manner: landing page for a food delivery app with HTML and CSS, and task management app with Tailwind CSS and JavaScript. So these are the two projects that you'll be completing, along with some smaller projects as well. These are the two projects that you can put up on your resume or submit it as your 4th year project as well. Okay, so moving further, when you go into the front end web development, so you can start, like what we'll be going with is, you can follow this if you are doing it on your own as well. We'll get started with React, component lifecycle methods, React functional components, then Webpack, then using third-party components, then styling React, routing in React, React hooks, state management in React with Redux, and connecting to backend. In this particular section, you will be building a UI for the master project and Redux action to communicate with the backend. The master project is basically, you will be creating a clone, a fully functional clone of Zomato. That is what you will be working with. The entire backend, front end, and every single thing that you use when you are using the Zomato web page or the app itself, that you will be creating in this particular entire training and internship session as your master project, that you can like submit it as your internship project as well. Next, moving on to the backend web development. Remember that this is something that if you are not planning to attend, you can follow this syllabus to learn on your own as well. That is one of the best things about this, that we give out the roadmap if you want to do it on your own. But when doing it on your own, it will take a lot of time. It will take 1 year, 2 years, and you will not have the proper guidance, and there will be like no fixed path for you. When you're joining us, one thing that we guarantee is that there's always a guidance. People from American Express, people from Google, people from Microsoft, Geo, and so many other companies as well, who will be guiding you throughout the entire program. That is something that you never get, and that is 101 live that you are able to get the guidance on. So that is something that will always help you a lot. In the backend web development, we will be starting with Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. So Node.js, Express, microservices with Node.js and Express, integrating MongoDB, validating and error handling. So that is basically like testing and everything that you will be doing. Then building RESTful APIs with Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. So REST APIs are something that is extremely important to learn, guys, because without that, you will not be able to understand 90% what is happening in the company itself. Okay, when you're going to a particular company. Then authentication and security, to authenticate and secure the entire framework that you are creating. At the end of it, you will be designing and building APIs for the master project with Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. So that will be for the entire Zomato clone that you will be creating. Next is the DevOps. So DevOps is very important, guys. This is something that usually when you're going into full stack, you'll be learning everything on once, and you will have to learn DevOps separately. So we are integrating everything into the same project itself, so that you are making one scalable project that can be used by millions of people across the globe. That is our main aim, to help you understand how to build a scalable project. Okay, so you will be like moving it to the cloud as well, so you will be learning AWS as well in the entire session. So there will be AWS as well in it. You will be learning Dockerization and containers, automate CI/CD, so continuous integration and development. That is also something that you will be doing, and Kubernetes, so container orchestration. Without that, you cannot go into scalable architecture. What do I mean by scalable architecture? One architecture is something that whenever 100 people at the same time are accessing your website, it will crash, because your entire CPU, that is entire servers, were not able to support that load. Now scalable means that you are able to scale, like it, millions of people are able to access your content, your website at the same point of time, and it will not crash at any point of time. Think about Google, billions of people are using it every single day. Netflix, all these companies need scalable architecture in their backend, so that millions of people are able to like use it and do it. And this is something that they really look forward to, a particular person who can do every single thing. And that is something that we aim for, like data structures and algorithms to DevOps to cloud deployment, every single thing you will be learning. Now the entire, like, of course there is some fees associated with the same, because we need to pay the people who are actually coming to teach you. Like these people from Google, American Express, they are not at all cheap. We have to pay a lot so that these people are able to come to guide you. So their fees is 4,000 rupees per student, and Shape AI charges 500 rupees per student, so that we are able to conduct these boot camps. Because like each boot camp we are spending about 32,000 for the promotion on Instagram. If you must have seen some of the promos that we have on Instagram as well. So this helps us to cover some of that particular fees as well. It's not like a lot, because we plan to conduct like 6 to 8 boot camps in a month. So to cover that cost, we charge 500 rupees from our end, and 4,000 rupees, 3,800 is something that the instructor charges per student. 200 fees is something that we have to give for like Zoom and the other platforms that we have to make everything in. Now one of the best things about this particular program is you will be getting complimentary courses as well. You will not have to pay anything for those courses. It will be totally free for you guys. And the best thing about those courses is like whoever is enrolling in the program, so those will be able to get. Now you'll be able to get access to data analyst, machine learning engineer, full stack web developer, as well as we are going to release on blockchain as well, and you will get lifetime access to those courses. Those will be recorded videos itself. In the recorded videos section, I'll just show you the syllabus for that as well. These are the complimentary courses that we offer with the entire training and internship program. So let me just show to you guys. Let me just change it to single page. So there are 3 tracks that we are currently having: full stack web developer, machine learning engineer, and data analyst. So in the full stack web developer, let us see, it is something that you can revise over. So all the live classes will also be recorded, and you can learn from this as well. For the machine learning engineer, it will be Git, Python, HTML, CSS, Django, Flask, machine learning, deep learning, and TensorFlow. For data analyst, it will be Git, Python, data visualization, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, machine learning, deep learning, and TensorFlow. And you will get lifetime access for this platform as well. So that will be a proper platform upon which it would be held. Now the best part is you do not have to ever pay for any course in your life. That is the best part about it. For example, in the projects, there will be mini projects and the final project. So in the mini project, you will be having personal portfolio and blog in full stack web developer. In machine learning engineer, you are having deep learning project, deploying a project using TensorFlow.js on the web. And then in data analyst, it is working on a Kaggle dataset and making blog posts as well as reports on the insights that you have got from the exploration of the dataset. So these all projects will also be made available to you in that particular complimentary courses. The product that you will be designing is Zomato clone, that is the full stack Zomato clone, and a full stack Facebook clone as well. I'm talking about full stack. That means backend, front end, CI/CD, and then deploying it on AWS using Dockerization and Kubernetes. Then machine learning engineer, you will be making a disaster response website and yoga web app. And in data analyst, it is Kaggle project web visualization. So all the projects will be in the format of recorded videos as well as supplementary materials that you can go over, and these complementary courses will have lifetime access, and every time we are updating it with a new course, that course will also be made available to you guys for free, whoever is enrolling in the training and internship program. You can go over to our website shapeai.tech. The problem is we only have limited seats, because like as you are able to see, we currently only have 5 instructors right now available with us. So those instructors I have shown to you already. I'll just showcase it once more. The main problem that we face is that we only have 5 instructors right now. We have Madhav from American Express, Nandini from Google, Rahul Halalka from Goldman Sachs, Shaurya Sinha, yours truly, and Parag Mittal from Microsoft. So due to, like, of course, we have to cover up the costs as well. So we cannot make that entire training and internship program any costly, because we want to keep it bare minimum so that everyone is able to afford them and take the full benefit for that. So hence we only have 120 seats in each batch, and we are going to start with 2 batches. One will start from 1st of June and the second one will start from 1st of July. At the end of the training and internship program, the people who will be performing good will be provided with referrals from various companies for their internships as well, internships or placements depending upon what they are interested in. So you can go on to our website shapeai.tech. The link to the website is down below in the description. We are having a full stack web development training and internship program. The batch A is going to start from 1st of June and batch B is going to start from 1st of July. You can download the syllabus from here. You can look at all the syllabus and everything that we are providing. And if you guys have any doubts, you can reach out to me at my WhatsApp as well. I will try to help you guys out. Now, like I said, it's first come first basis itself, as we are having only 240 seats for both the batches. That is 120 seats in the first batch and 120 seats in the second batch. So there is total number of seats are 240 itself. So as soon as it is filled up, we will not be taking any more entries, because we cannot have any more students in one batch. So that is one of the main problems that we are currently having. We are thinking about expanding the training team as well, so that we are able to have people from more number of companies as well, but that is something that we will do next year and not this year. And we are not sure, because this is something that we are currently trying itself out, that are students really interested in something like this? Because for me, if something like this was available when I was in college, it would have been like a no thought process for me. Like I would have totally enrolled in it. It's because like I took almost 2.5 years just to learn everything that I know right now, and I got lost many a times during the entire process because no guidance was there for available for me. So that is something that I want to provide it to every single student who wants to get enrolled in this particular thing itself. That's why we started Shape AI. What you guys can do right now is, if you guys want to get enrolled in this particular like training and internship program, you guys can message to me on WhatsApp, and like I will try to help you guys out. If you guys are interested in like the training and internship program, you guys can message to me on WhatsApp, like just send me a yes or hi or something like that, and I will get back to you. I will help you out if you have any doubts or something like that, any queries, just so that I'm getting an idea of how many people are really interested in it. You could just message me on WhatsApp as well. People from first year, second year, third year, fourth year. We have people from 12th and 11th standard as well. We have people from BSc, MSc, MTech, BTech. We have people from biotech. We have people from civil, chemical. So that is something that like it really shocked me. Like early on I thought that only people from CS or IT in the BTech section would be like interested in something like this, but later on I saw that people from every background really want to learn, really want to intern with a good company. So that is something that we really want to spread around with the people. I can put up my number on the like live chat as well. If you guys are interested, you can message to me on WhatsApp 7016416673, and I will reach out to you guys. This is my number, 7016416673. You can reach out to me on this particular number on WhatsApp, and I will be able to help you guys as well. Okay, that is something that so can someone just like in the live chat itself, if you guys are interested, could you just like mention it in the live chat itself, like whether you are interested or not, so that I'm able to get some idea of how many people are actually interested in this. Just like put up on the like live chat itself, so that I'm able to get to understand like how many people are really interested in this or not. Okay, you guys can message to me on WhatsApp as well, and like I will try to help you guys out, because see, we only have a limited number of seats, and once the seats have been filled up, there will be like we cannot take anyone in. It's just first come first service. I can keep a seat for a particular person for some days, and the entire like cost for the entire program, including the complementary courses, the entire training and internship program, is just 4,500, and 4,000 goes to the instructor and 500 goes to ShapeAI, so that we are able to organize these boot camps as well. So that is the entire cost. It covers the training and internship program that will be done live. It covers the entire like complementary courses as well. Okay, so it's 4,500 INR, Indian rupees itself. So I think so you will be able to convert it from there. Okay, that's great. I'm able to see that so many number of students are actually interested in. We will be covering every single thing. So I've also put up my number on your screen as well. You guys can like message to me on WhatsApp, and I will help you guys out with the entire process as well. Yeah, so those who want to change from data analyst training and internship program to full stack web developer, they can also do that. Just first of all message to me on WhatsApp, because I need to know first. Okay, so yeah, that's great. There are so many people who are really, yes, people from first year, people from second year, third year, fourth year, graduates, undergrads, everyone can apply for the same as well. That is something that we really take a lot of pride in, that we are able to we are able to teach every single person who is coming. There is no prerequisite. That is, we are able to see everything from C++ to JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, Redux, backend, frontend, Devops, cloud deployment. Every single thing will be taught from scratch. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's simple words as freshers. So for freshers, I will just be telling this, that there's a lot of different things, as you are able to see, that you have to cover in full stack web development. And what this particular training and internship offers to you is, first of all, this is a government approved internship. At the end of the day, you're getting the letter of recommendation, the internship completion certificate, as well as the project approval certificate from ShapeAI, and it is government approved internship. It will be online itself. It will be conducted on Zoom. There will be 2 hours of live classes every single day, 5 days a week, for for full stack web development. There will be 2 hours of live doubt classes, in which the mentors will be solving your doubt 101. So that is one of the best features for that. You can ask any questions related to some guidance that you need. You want some type of, like, you want to have mock interviews, you can conduct mock interviews. There will be like training on interview preparation. There will be training on LinkedIn, GitHub optimization, resume making. There will be almost so many different projects that you can put up on your resume. Your resume will be one of the best in your college itself. That is also something that we aim forward to. So that is something that we are going to say. Okay, it will be covering every single thing from the basics itself. Like we'll be starting from the scratch. There are no prerequisites. The data structures and algorithms and C competitive programming will be taught in C++. So we'll be first teaching you C++ and then moving to data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. So that is also something that we do, as well as how long the entire training is going to be. So the training is of 2.5 months, okay, from the starting date. So there are 2 batches. The option will be given to you whether you want to join the June, that will be starting from 1st June, or whether you will be joining the 1st July batch. So you can choose between either of those, and from that particular day onwards to 2.5 months will be the entire live training program and internship program duration. The courses that I said, the complementary courses, will be available to you for your lifetime, and you will be getting access to that as well. So any course that we are updating in it, so for example we are going to add a blockchain course at the end of the 2 months as well, so that too will be available to you. Any changes that we are going to do in the complementary courses, it will be made available to you as well. So that is something that we are that is something that it basically means you never have to ever again in your life buy any other course from anywhere else. That is something that we really like. Okay, so let's start the entire class as well. The fee is 4,500 for the entire training and internship program, as well as the complementary courses. You can check it out on our website, shapeai.tech. So the website is absolutely simple, shapeai.tech. You can go to courses, and from there you will be able to see the full stack web development training and internship program. So that is something that you can access is from there as well. It is first come first basis itself, so whoever is joining first, their seat is directly like fixed. Early on we used to take a test, but we saw that people were not able, like there were like 30 to 40 seats itself initially, and there were like 200 people who were coming for the internships. So many people were like, sir, you said that we really want to learn, but we did not pass the entire examination itself. What should we do? So we started that, okay, let's do one thing. We are very confident with what we are teaching and what we are doing in the entire training and internship program. So you guys can easily enroll from that, and it will be first come first basis itself. So that is something that we have started. In our first batch, there were 30 students that I showed you the results. 28 of them have got either internships or placements. So the other two like left the entire program, but 28 of them got the internships and placements as well. So that is something that we really like. The price is not at all too much, because when you are having instructors from Google, when you are having instructors from American Express, from Goldman Sachs, from Microsoft, these people are some people who are actually taking up a lot of money. Okay, we have to pay them a lot, so only then we are able to provide you guys with such great instructors. Otherwise, at the end of the day, we do not want students to be learning from someone who themselves have not cracked any companies. So that is something that we really want to see, that students are learning from only those people who have actually cracked some company itself. Okay, so that is something. And for those who will not be joining, yes, first year diploma people can also join. For those who are not joining the training and internship program, for me, my personal suggestion would be to refer to the syllabus itself, start preparing. So whatever I have mentioned in the syllabus, every single thing is something that you need to get into a good job at a top MNC. If you are leaving out DSA, you will never be able to get into a good job. If you are leaving out full stack web development, then you will never be able to become a full stack web developer itself. Refer to the syllabus, prepare according to the syllabus as well. So that will be something. So if you are going to do self-study, you can do on your own as well. If you think, then the syllabus would be one of the roadmaps that you need to follow. Every single thing is in like one direction itself, and then you can get started with it. There are internships for machine learning and data science as well. We have a data analyst training and internship experience as well, so you can also get started. it is not a course, it is a proper industrial training and internship. I want to make that very clear. Although we are training you in every single thing, do not think of it as a course, because a course is not at all interactive. The course is, there's no guidance provided in the course, so we do not want that. We want it to be a proper industrial training and internship that is laid across along with the industry needs itself. Okay, so currently we have no plan for making this course available after summers, because in summers only students are free to do the entire program itself. So that is something that we want to do. Okay, so the syllabus itself, you can go to our webpage shapeai.tech. Inside courses, you can go to full stack web development training and internship program. You can click on download syllabus and you will be able to see the entire syllabus that we are currently having. Okay, so from there you will be able to see the entire syllabus as well as what are the different things that are being provided to you. So shapeai.tech, shapeai.tech, that you can access the entire thing as well. Okay, so let's get started right away. Okay, so let's start with the entire class. Today we will be looking at some of the smaller projects just to get so we have seen some of the smaller projects in HTML. We were able to get hands-on practice on HTML as well. Now we'll be getting hands-on practice on CSS. That is the main objective right now, along with HTML as well. We'll be writing a little bit of HTML and then little bit of CSS, so that we are able to understand both of them at the same point of time. So first of all, we will take a particular image, we will add a border to it, we will put the cursor change. So when I hover over an image, it should change the cursor to some other cursor itself, and then we will put a box shadow, so the entire, there's some shadow. So as you are able to see this particular image itself, you're able to see there's some shadow associated with the image. Similarly, for a particular button as well, we can have a little bit shadow so that it looks as if it is floating from the screen itself. So how to do that in CSS, that is something that we are going to see right now, and that is something that you will be seeing. So let us get started with it. Enable notation cancel, I do not want notations. So okay, so people have joined in the Rebel notebook itself. Hello everyone. Okay, so I don't know, like I am also using this for the first time itself. Like usually I do it on my laptop itself, but many people do not have a proper laptop, so the entire program as well, we do it on Ripples itself, so that every single person is able to learn from the program itself. Okay, so let's get started right away. We'll create a button, button button.html. So we have created okay, I do not want it in caps lock, button.html. I've created an HTML page called as button, and in button what we are going to do is we are going to write the entire stuff. Okay, so we'll start with first of all taking everything from index.html, so that we are able to just copy it right over here. We'll delete everything that is present in the body to make it much more legible for what we are going to do right now. So we'll delete every single thing. So, and we'll keep the title as button itself, button button. Okay, so there is some problem. I don't think so people are able to write on the entire notebook itself. If that is the case, then it will be very difficult for me to handle that right now. Okay, so let us get started right away. We have mentioned the title, we have the body as well, we have the entire button.html. First of all, we had to do it on an image, so we'll just use the image that we are currently having. Let us take a particular image, rename, Ctrl A, Ctrl C. We have took the entire email as well, so let us take img src, just like last time. However, we used to insert an image into the HTML itself. We'll be doing that exactly the same right over here. So image src is equals to the name of the image, and then alt, that is the attribute that we want to suggest, that is img image. Let's just say clipboard, and then we'll close it. I'm running this right now. We'll go to the screen itself. Let us go to the screen. So to go to this particular web page, what you can do is, yesterday a particular person asked how to go to that particular web page itself. Just click on open in a new tab. Once you have clicked on that, just go to that particular web page, that is button.html. Okay, so that will take you to that particular page itself. So it is not loading up properly. What could be the issue? Okay, so there is some issue with the run itself. Choose my changes, run. Okay, so when I'm going to this particular line of code, when I'm running this, it should, there's some problem. Okay, so I will create a new REPL itself, because everyone is just like putting something right over there, so it is I'm not able to access that properly. So I will just create a new REPL which no one can edit, so that I can continue working from right over here. I think so. I made that REPL public, so everyone is getting the access to just like edit the files itself. So they are just doing what they used to do. Okay, so we have this particular website that we have right over here. I will just remove everything that is not necessary from this. Again, we will just insert an image. So let me just upload an image right over here. So this is the image. We have also collaborated with IIT Madras and many other IITs as well for organizing this training and internship program. So people from IITs are actually doing our training. That is also something that is really great. Okay, so let us copy the image name. So let us copy the image name. Let us come back right over here. We'll insert the image. So img, and then src will be having our source as the image name, and alt as is equals to IIT Madras. So let us keep it like that, and let us run it. So we should be able to see the logo of IIT Madras appearing on our screen. So let us do one thing. We will just make the height smaller. So if you remember how to just change the height of a particular image, we have seen that. So style style will be having the style tag right over here, and inside the style tag itself we will be writing the selector. So we want to select a particular tag, that is img. So we'll directly write img itself. It is not a class, it is not a particular id, so we are just selecting a normal selector tag itself. So directly writing img, and then we are putting width width is equals to let us say 30%. Sorry, not is equals to colon 30%. So when we are running this particular code, you will be able to see that we are able to see the entire picture very appropriately itself. Now one of the problem is it is a png. We do not require a png. So let me just remove this particular image. Let me upload another one so that we are able to have a proper image as well. Let me just see which image would be much more suitable for us. Let us see right over here. Okay, there's no good image. Let us take this one for right now. We'll just copy the entire thing itself. So rename, copy the name, and we'll paste the name right over here. So this is image bootcamp, and let's just run it. So we are able to see the image on our screen. Now what we need to do, let us see what is the question asking us. We need to add a border to the entire image itself. So to add a border, let us go back to our particular page. As we are able to see, to add a border to the image, so we need to select the image tag itself. We already have selected it, and we have set the width to 30%. Now we need to add a border to it. So what we are going to do, right? Okay, so I will just see the live chat. Okay, so for putting up a border, so the property is border. Okay, so we'll put the border property. We'll set the border width. Okay, we want to set a border width to, let's say, 5 pixel. Okay, just a thickness of 5 pixel itself, and we want the entire border to be of a particular type. Okay, so we want it to be dashed salmon. Okay, that will give us a like orange dashed border itself. So DASHED dash SALMON, salmon. So that will give us a border with a thickness of 5 pixel and dashed salmon, so type of image itself. So as you are able to see right over here, let me just open it on a new tab itself. So we have a particular image. The image is of 30% of the entire width of the screen, and we have the entire, so if I'm trying to zoom in, so there will be just like the border is just increasing because the screen is just increasing. So you're able to see that is 5 pixel in length, and the width of the border is 5 pixel in nature, and we are having a dashed salmon border that we are able to put on the entire picture itself that I'm showing to you right now. Okay, now we have done the first thing. We have put a border. So putting a border is very easy. Border, then the thickness of the border, and then the type of border that we want to put in. Let's move on to the next thing that it is asking, cursor change. So when we are hovering over the entire thing, we want to change the cursor to, let's say, a pointer. Okay, what do I mean by pointer? Whenever you click on a particular button or something, like over here, when I'm going to click on a particular button, the cursor becomes something like this, a particular pointer itself, a fist and a pointer. So that is called as a pointer cursor. So how to do that on a particular image itself? So we'll go to cursor, we'll write CURSOR, cursor, and we'll put the cursor to pointer. Okay, we'll put the cursor to pointer, and in this particular sense, when we are running this and we are going to the website again, we'll just refresh the website, and when I'm going, so now it is a proper like normal cursor itself, an arrow. When I'm going to the picture itself, it is getting changed into a pointer, as you are able to see. Arrow, pointer, arrow, pointer. So that is one of the properties. I can change the type of cursor to pointer using a proper CSS argument itself. So I've reduced the size to 30%. I put up a dotted salmon border to it of 5 pixels thick, and I have converted the pointer to like a cursor to a pointer when I'm hovering over the image itself. Now what to do next? Let us see. Next, this is asking for a box shadow. I want to put it up as a 3D image, not as a 2D image. I want to put some shadow to the box itself, to the image itself. Now, how can I do that? Again, in CSS, it is very simple. I just have to write box shadow. Okay, so I'll just write box SHADOW. I've put up a box shadow property. This box shadow property, I will have to like tell it what are the shadow that I want on all the 4 sides. So on the top, on the bottom, on the left, and on the right, what are the different shadows that I want? So on the top I want 5 pixels, on the bottom I want 5 pixels, let's see, on the left I want 20 pixels itself. On the right basically. So on the left I don't want anything, so it will give me a little bit of like a tilted image hovering effect itself. I want to set the color as well. Let's set the color as black for right now, BLACK, black. Let us see what happens. So as you are able to see, it is giving me an effect of a tilted image itself. So let us go to that particular website. As you are able to see from right over here, if I'm increasing the size, so it is coming as a 3D image. Are you guys able to see this? The entire image itself is coming as of a 3D image itself. It's like it is lifted from the page of your screen itself. So using shadows, I'm able to bring such type of effect to the screen as well. Now one more thing that I forgot to tell you guys in the last class itself is a property, like when you are going into the inspect elements itself. So every particular inspect element is something that is of real importance to you. So when I'm going right over here, this is the the entire picture, when I'm going to the body, then in the body I have the image src. So as you're able to see, I'm seeing all the attributes, all the css attributes that I've applied to the image itself. I have the width, okay, let me just reduce it. I have the width as 30%. If I'm reducing it, it will be like the whole screen will be covering. If I'm applying it again, it is something that I'm able to see on my screen. I can edit it. I can go it to like 40%, I can go it to 50%, I can go it to 80% from right over here in the developer tools as well. Like I said, developer tools are something that is very important. Now border, like 5 pixel dash salmon. So if I want to change the color from salmon to some other color, so I can just pick a color as well. So as you are able to see, the color of the border is continuously changing. I can change the hue as well. I want to get it light, I want to get it dark, I want to change the entire color of it. I can do that as well from right over here. Then I want to change the box shadow color. So I want to change, like I can change like how much I want to lift the entire picture off from the screen. As you are able to see, the entire picture, the shadow is something that is, I can change it into any direction from right over here as well. I can change the blur. So I want the blur to be very high or like very low. I can just set that up as well. I can set the spread as well. So how much I want it to spread, like in its entirety. I can change the color of the shadow as well, like a little bit. I can just change it right now. So these are all the different properties that I can apply to the box shadow. Now what actually is happening is you are making changes on your local computer itself. So what happens is the server that I created on which this particular website was hosted, it was sending me the entire HTML, CSS and JavaScript files to my local laptop, on which I was able to see the entire screen, like the entire page on its entirety, the original page. In the developer tool, whatever changes that you are actually making, that you are making on the local website itself, the local copy of the website that you are having, so that is just a change. So whatever changes that I am doing right over here, you will not be able to see on your particular laptop, because I am doing it on the local laptop itself. If I am refreshing the entire page, it will revert back to the original web page that was sent to me. As you're able to see, it is now a dotted salmon, and there's nothing that is different, because now it is bringing back the HTML, CSS and JavaScript from that particular servers itself. So for example, let us go to Google. Okay, google.com. Let us go to google.com. Right over here in the inspect element, I can change the color of the website itself. Okay, let us see, where is the color of the website. Go to body. I think so body should be able to have the background color. So this is the background color that I'm having. I can make Google blue in color. I can change the color to green. Okay, I can change the color to yellow. So now I'm having a yellow Google page. I can change the color of the nav bar as well. So the nav bar, let's change that to, let's say, background color, let's change that to blue. Okay, we are having a yellow and blue color Google itself. But these are the changes that I'm doing on my local laptop itself. I'm doing on a local copy of the Google website itself. When I'm refreshing the page, a new copy of Google will be fetched, and that will be similar to the original website itself. You can do this on Safari, you can do this on any browser that you are having. So this inbuilt color picker property is something that is in Safari, in Edge, in Mozilla Firefox, as well as in your Chrome browser as well. So you can go on, right click, inspect element, and then you can get started doing all kinds of stuff as well. So that is something that I forgot to tell you guys in the last class itself. Now we have completed the first image. Okay, we have put up a particular border, we have put up a particular like 3D effect to it. So these were all the changes that I was able to do on a picture itself. Now let's see what, like, let's take up the same example. Okay, let's just take the next particular slide itself. So we have styled a particular image. Now we'll style a particular font. Okay, we'll change the font type of that particular text. We will change the font size to a particular limit. We will change the entire font to uppercase. We will change, like, we will put an underline under this text itself. We are going to change the color of the text as well. So this is what we are going to do right now. Let us get started with it. Okay, so to do that, first of all, again, we'll create a new REPL. Okay, we'll add a particular file. We will name it as, let's say, font.html. So in font.html, I will just copy everything from index.html itself, and I will just remove the image property, and I will remove the image style as well. Now what we are going to do in this is we are going to create a text. We are going to write shape AI. Okay, so now, like, shape AI is a good name. I came up with that particular name. I don't know what was happening, so like it just came to me. So shape AI is the name that we are going to like do everything on. So let's first see what is being rendered on our screen. Okay, to go to this particular page, so currently you are on your like image page itself, so that is the index page. Now you want to go to the font page. So what you will be doing is the URL that you're currently having, you will put a as you're able to see a front slash in front of it and in the end of it, and then you are going to write font.html, the file that you want to access, that is font.html. When you're going to that particular side, you are able to see that this is the thing that is being rendered on your screen. So this is the entire screen in its entirety. So first of all, what it is asking is it wants you to change the font of that particular text to something. So let us first see how to see that. Okay, so first of all, we want to change that particular text font size to Helvetica, Arial or Sans Serif. So what happens in its entirety is some browsers may like support some of the fonts, some other browsers may not support that particular font as well. So it is always a good practice to write down almost 2 to 3 different fonts, that if one of the font is not working, then the next font will be rendered on your screen. If none of the fonts are working from what you are suggesting and the browser does not support any of those fonts, then the default font style, so whatever is rendering right now on your screen itself, that is called the default font type of the entire browser. The entire text will be rendered in that particular font style itself. So let us see how we can do it. So first of all, we want to change the font type family to Helvetica, Arial or Sans Serif. So instead of just like writing it on my own, I will just copy it from right over here just to make my life easier. So first of all, I need to access this particular shape AI word itself. So I will put it inside a div block. Okay, so div, will end the div right over here. I can put it in a span as well, but there are no other paragraphs or something like that, so I don't care whether I use a div or a span. So I will just put up, like, again, I am just accessing a particular div element itself. Okay, I'm not accessing a class, or I'm not accessing any ID. So for that, I will just like div. So I've selected the div element itself. Now from that, I want to insert a font family. Okay, that is to which family does the font belong to. So I want to have font font family family. Now the font family should be what I've copied from before itself. Let me just close this. So Helvetica or Arial or Sans Serif. To write this, I just have to write Helvetica, then I have to put a comma. Okay, then I have to put Arial, then I have to put again a comma, and then sans serif. Okay, and then I have to switch it off via a semicolon at the end. Now when I'm running this particular code, I'm going back to my particular style. As you're able to see, the style of the entire font will get changed. As you're able to see, the style of the font got changed. Okay, if you guys are you guys able to see this, that the font size is changing or not? Are you guys able to see whether the font size changed or not? I'm not able to get the like live chat. Let me just open it up on this particular laptop itself. Just a second, guys. I'm not able to see the live chat. Okay, people are able to understand this. You were able to see that the entire thing got changed. So I will, okay, that's great, amazing, guys. So that is something that we have done. So we have changed the font family, okay, that is a font type, to what was required in the documentation itself. Next, we want to change the font size to 60 pixel. We want to change the font size to 60 pixel. Currently the font size is something like this. I don't know. how much I had zoomed in. So something like this. I've just zoomed in the entire screen itself. Now I want to increase the font size to 60 pixels. So how we will be doing it? Let us see that right now. To increase the font size to 60 pixel, I will be having another property. I'll be writing font font size size. Then I will be just specifying 60 pixels. So pixel. That's it. And I will be running it. I will be going back to my particular screen and I'm reloading it. You will be able to see that the size of Shape AI will increase. Just a second, it is still loading. It has not failed, it is still loading. Okay, why is it still loading? It should not take that much time. Okay, as you are able to see, the size of Shape AI got increased from what it was originally. So as you are able to, if I am going to right click and then inspect element, you'll be able to see that the font size is 60 pixel. If I'm switching it off, it will be small. If I'm switching it on, it will be large. If I'm switching off the font family, it will be default type. If I'm switching on the font family, it will be the type that we have suggested to it. Next, what is asking in the documentation is, I want to convert every single word to uppercase. Okay, currently you are having like lowercase letters as well as a mixture of uppercase letters as well. I want to create the word into such a way, I want to transform the word into such a way that everything is in capital letters itself. So how we will be doing it, let's see that. Okay, that is very simple. We'll be using text transform property. Okay, text text. Okay, sorry, text text. Okay, one more thing for those who want, so early on I had given you a reference. Okay, Mdn References, if you remember, I told you to go to all the particular HTML references that are there, HTML tags via the Mdn documentation, and read through them. One more documentation that you can refer to for CSS is the same thing, but CSS Mdn reference. Okay, no, this is not Mdn CSS reference. Okay, so this is the website that I was telling you about. This is the CSS part of that particular same website itself. So the Mdn I had shown you where all the different properties were listed for all the different tags were listed for HTML. Similarly, this one is for CSS. So this is the CSS reference. So as you are able to see, there are so many properties that is available, and you can combine many of them and all these kind of stuff. So I will just put the link to the same down below in the description of the video itself. You can reload that particular image, like this particular website, and you will be able to see the reference, CSS reference as well. Okay, the internship timings is in the evening itself. As many people have their colleges in the morning, we have the internship and the training and the internship in the evening itself, like around this time, 8:30 to 10:30. Okay, so moving further, we have got the lowercase. We want to convert the entire thing into lowercase, so we'll be using text transform. TRANSFORM. We're using text transform, and we want to transform into uppercase. So UPPERCASE. I want to change it into uppercase. Let us run this and let us go to our particular website, and when I will be reloading it, you'll be able to see that everything is in capital letters right now, and you are able to see text transform uppercase. So when I'm switching it off, it will be like the original thing. When I'm switching it on, it is in the uppercase itself. You can use text transform to change from lowercase to uppercase. So next, what is asking in the documentation is, we want to underline the text. We want to underline the text itself. So for that, we'll be using text decoration. Okay, so text decoration is something that we'll be using, text decoration. So we'll be using text decoration, and the text decoration is something that we want to underline the text. So we'll be using UNDERLINE. We want to underline the text. So when I'm running this, I'm going back to our website. When I'm reloading the page, you are able to see that now my text is underlined. Text decoration underline. If I'm just removing this, the underline is gone. If I'm putting it back again, the underline is on. So as simple as that. Next, what is asking in the documentation is to change the color of the entire thing to a particular RGB value. I've been given an RGB value to which I need to change the color itself. So to do that, extremely simple. We have seen how to change a color, so it'll be color. Okay, in like HTML and all these languages, the color spelling is not the British English, okay, it's the American English itself. Hence the spelling of color is color instead of color. In British English and Indian English it is color. In American English it is color. So there may be some confusions when your color is not rendering and you will be like, sir ne to galat padha diya. It is not sir ne galat padha, it is that it is the American English of color, so it is color. Okay, we'll be putting RGB value as 19, 11, 230. So R is 19 pieces of R, 11 pieces of green, and 230 pieces of blue. So I think so this should run, because like usually I do not use this, I use the hexadecimal code, but for you guys I'm using the RGB code. So as you are able to see, RGB value I put it up right away, and you are able to see that, and if the ShapeAI logo goes into the blue color that is related to ShapeAI, like we have everything in blue itself. So ShapeAI is also in blue right now. So if I'm removing the color property from the developer tools, then it goes back to black. If I'm enabling it, it is back to blue. So we are done with the styling of font as well. So we have actually styled the font, so styling the font has also been done. Let us look at what is the next thing in our arsenal, what we have to do next. Let's style a page. Okay, so for this particular problem statement, we want to change a particular page like this, the chicken clay pot page, to something like this. It should be in the middle of the entire thing. There should be a particular picture as well, and then there should be something like in the description of that particular image as well, that should be in italics, like a subtitle or subheading to that particular image itself. So that is something that we want to do. Now you guys entered into the previous REPL and you destroyed it in its entirety, so hence I will not be able to use the original page itself, but I will try to create it on my own. Okay, so we'll be creating a new web page right over here. We'll be naming it as page.html. We'll be copying everything from font.html and we'll be pasting it into page.html. We'll be removing the style and we'll be removing the div tag as well. First of all, we need to have a particular image in the entire thing. So let us first put the image itself, img. So let us just like copy the thing from index.html, the same thing that we had. So we just took the image itself and okay, let's do one thing. We'll take the same thing itself. Let us just create a fake page itself. So this is the page. So let us have an h1 tag right over here, bootcamp details. Let us create this particular page. We'll have a paragraph tag down below it. We will take the name as what should be the name of that particular take. Let us see, what should we name it as? Let us name it as an amazing training and internship opportunity. So let us name it as that and we'll put up the ending tag as well. So we have created the entire thing. Let us just open it as well. So this is it. Okay, so we have created the entire thing as well. Now let us just run this and let us look how it looks. So we want to go to page.html right now. So to go to that, we'll just change font to PAGE page, so that we are able to go to that particular website. This is the website that we are created up till this particular point of time and we want to change it. So an amazing training and internship opportunity, a little bit detail, bootcamp details, and the image that we have previously edited. Now what we want to do is we want to bring bootcamp details to the center. We want to have like some indexing or something like that in the down below as well. So what we'll be doing is, first of all, we'll be changing everything. So for p tag, what we'll be doing is, for P we want to have it in italics. Okay, that is, as you're able to see, this is in normal letters itself. We are given the task of changing it into italics, as you are able to see from right over here. The below should be in italics itself. So to do that, first of all, we'll be changing it into italics. Let me just see if that's correct. Yeah, so let us put it up as italics. We want to select the P tag, so P, and then we want to just select that. Now once it has been selected, we want to change the font style to italics. So it will be font style to italics, italics. Is that the spelling correct? Italic. Okay, not italics but italic. Okay, so we have changed that to this. Let us just run this and let us see what happens. Okay, when I'm just reloading it, you will be able to see that the entire description of the picture has come into italics. So step 1 done. Okay, step 2 is we want to change the color of the h1 tag to red. Okay, so that will be step 2. So let us change the color of h1 tag to red. So we want to select the h1 tag. So that tag has been selected. We want to change it to red itself. So to select it into, change it into red color, so it will be color, and we want to change it into red. So there are two options that we can use. We can directly write red, that will also work. We can specify the RGB value as well, RGB. So what will be the RGB value? Very simple, 255. Okay, because I want it to be completely red, so 255, 0 and 0. So I do not want any green value, I do not want any blue value. This will also give me the red color itself. So when I'm going back to my screen, bootcamp details is now in red color. Now step 2 also done. The next thing that I want to do is the entire image and everything, the entire image, the description and the title should be in the straight, like it should be in the center itself. Okay, it should be in the center itself. So how to do that? What we will be using is, we will be doing the entire, like doing this on the entire body itself. Okay, the entire web page itself basically. So we want every single text and everything to be in the center itself. So how to do that? To do that, we will be selecting everything. This is a new selector that you are seeing right now, this star selector. The star selector basically selects everything that is present on this page. Every single tag that is present on the stage will be applied with this particular like whatever you are going to specify inside of it. So we want to apply text align. We want to align everything in the center itself. So text text align align, and we want to do it center center. When I am running this, again the star means every single tag that is present on your screen, apply text align to center. Okay, when I'm running this particular line, you will be able to see that now everything is in the center of the entire web page itself. So you're having your bootcamp details, your image, and then an amazing training and internship opportunity. Again, specifying the star selector is basically something that selects every single tag, whether it be the h1 tag, the image tag, the p tag, every single thing has been applied with the text align center itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Every single tag is being underlined, like it is being like put up in the center itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Yeah, star tag or the universal tag itself. So are you guys able to understand this? RGB means R for red, G for green, and B for blue. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Okay, people are able to understand. That's great, that's amazing. Okay, that's amazing, guys. So now we have done this particular small project as well. Let us move on to the next thing that we are having. Let's style a page. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, okay, so this is not possible actually at this particular moment because you guys entered into the REPL and you destroyed the REPL itself, so I will not be able to use it. So basically it was very simple. There was a to-do list that I had created for you guys. You just had to like change it from this to like this particular, like just change the background color to black, the text color to white itself. So now it won't be possible because the like previous REPL is destroyed. But I think so this will be very easy for you guys. Like, what do you have to do in this to change the background color? So background dash color to whatever color that you want to select, and for the H1 you just want to select the color property to white. So that is as simple as that. What is star? So star is a universal selector, so it selects every single tag that is present in your HTML document and applies whatever properties that you have specified inside of the declaration block to all the tags that are present on your screen. Okay, inside the body tag. Okay, that please remember that. Inside the body tag. So how to align image to the center? I have already shown you guys. The image is in the center itself, and you are able to have text align as center, so you can just put the image in the center as well. So that has been done. Now we'll be moving on to the next thing. Okay, so what if you want to use the same CSS? So the same CSS that you are using in one particular HTML page, you want to use the same CSS in all the other pages as well. This is a very common property. Why? Whenever you are having a particular landing page, so whatever different features you are having the landing page, whatever font size you are having, whatever font type you are having, whatever colors that you are having, the same thing you will be using in the about us page, and the same thing you will be using in the content page as well, contact us page as well, in the other pages as well. So to do that, sometimes or most of the time you will be using the same CSS in multiple HTML pages. Now one of the ideas that you can do is like you can copy that CSS. So for example, I want this entire CSS to work on like the font page as well, so I can just select the CSS, the entire style file itself. I can just go to the font page and I can just paste the entire style right over here. That is one of the aspects which you can do, but this is not a good like type to do because it is taking a lot of time on your behalf. So to like overcome this, you are having your, this is not that this need to be a better way. So I like this meme a lot, so I just pasted it right over here. Okay, so you need to have some external CSS file. This external CSS file which you will be referring to, which will be linking to this particular HTML page, is called as style sheet. Okay, this particular external CSS file is also called as a style sheet. Okay, so how to create a style sheet? Okay, as simple as it can be. First of all, copy everything that you are having in the style. Okay, in the style tag, copy everything. So I'm just doing Control X and delete the style tag. Okay, delete the style tag. Now this is your HTML page. When I'm just running this and I'm going, okay, sorry, stay on page, run, and I'm going to the REPL it and I'm just like reloading it. I've removed all these styles. So this is how it looks like in its entirety. Okay, this is how it actually looks like. Now I want to apply the CSS to this. So what I'll be doing is I will be creating a new file called as anything, like any name. I can do like PAGE, or I can look like AGE, or I can look like new .css. So I've created a new .css file. Inside the new .css file, you will be pasting all your CSS that you are having. Just align them properly as well. So this is not aligned at all, so we'll just align it. It will take a second, guys. We'll align everything. This is a CSS file that we have created that we are going to use right now. Okay, now once you have created the CSS file, you need to just like link it to the original file itself. So now we have created the CSS file. All the CSS that we need is inside this file itself. The page.html has no CSS in it right now. As you are able to see, there's no CSS applied to anything inside that particular page. To apply that, you will need to link the style sheet to your particular HTML page itself. How to link a style sheet? You need to link it in the head portion itself where the metadata is contained. Okay, so you need to have a particular link attribute. Okay, so this link attribute, you need to specify the location at which your CSS file is present. So you will have an href property. Okay, I'm just writing it on the wrong place itself. So in the link you will be having an attribute called as href. In the href you will be specifying where you have kept the entire css. So it is in the same folder itself as page.html. So the name of that particular new.css you will be just specifying new.css. okay, and then you want to specify what is the relationship between this particular page.html and new.css. what is the relationship between them? So the relationship rel is basically style sheet. Okay, that is new.css is the style sheet for html, this particular page.html. so you like styleshet. okay, so this is how you can link a particular css file, that is new.css, inside your page.html. if I'm running this right now, going back to the Replit website, and I'm just reloading it, you will be able to see that all the changes that we had done has come back again. We have linked the css, we shifted the css into its own like entire thing itself, in its own file itself, and then we linked the css file. We removed the style tags. The style tags are nowhere inside the html page itself. We just have to link the new css file, so that will be href attribute new.css, and then we want to have the relationship between these two files. That is, what is the relationship between page.html and new.css? so the relationship is basically new.css is the style sheet, okay, for page.html, and when we are going to the website, we are able to see all the like different things that we are able to have right over here. Now one more thing that I want you to know is about comments. Okay, so you have comments in both your css files as well as your html files. What is a comment? A comment is a piece of code that will not be run, or that will not be compiled. It is something that is a metadata for you to understand. Okay, it will not be read by anyone, not even the browser, not even the html parser, no one. It is something that is for your information. For example, it will not be run. So if I'm putting it this particular line in comments, so to put a comment in HTML, you have your greater than symbol, then a not, and then double dash, and then you want to enclose it in a double dash, and then less than greater than symbol. Okay, so this is how you put a particular piece of code into comments. Okay, now when I'm running this, you will be able to see that this entire code that was early on is now null and void. It will not be run. Okay, all the changes are now not being loaded because that link statement itself is now a comment. A comment is something that will not be run. You can put a particular comment as well. For example, I'm just removing the comment. You can put a particular line. So for example, I want to like, I'm just specifying that this is a particularly useful tool for learning. Okay, so I've just written a particular comment. This is something that gives me some information about what I have done right now. Okay, this is not a code. Okay, and I can put it up inside a comment itself, so that I am able to see everything. When I'm running this is not coming on my screen anywhere. Okay, this is not something that is coming on my screen. It is a comment. Okay, it is just for me to understand. And similarly in css as well, I can put comments anywhere. For example, I want to put a comment to understand it later on, that what is this universal selector. So in css, the comments are put up as backslash, then you are having a star, and then star, and then again a forward slash. So you will be just putting it up inside of a star means universal connector, universal selector. It selects all the tags. Okay, that is what I'm trying to explain to you guys, that this particular line that I've written inside the entire the comments itself, this is not something that is going to be run. That is something that gives you some extra information as comments. Okay, there's something that for you to understand what you have done actually. Okay, so that is not a part of the code itself. So there are two ways, like in CSS you are having this particular way to do a particular particular comment, and in HTML you are having this way to do a particular comment. So that is also something that is very important for you to understand right now. Okay, so that is it, guys. I'm showing the attendance for today. So let me just show you the attendance. This is the attendance for today. Just take a screenshot for the same, and that's it. Okay, so I will just be answering some questions now. Okay, so if you guys have any questions related to the data analyst training and internship program, sorry, the full stack web developer training and internship program, you guys can ask that. I'm ready to answer any questions that you are having related to that as well. So basically it is first come first service itself. And if you guys want to join, you can directly contact me on WhatsApp. You guys have my number. I will help you guys out in any way possible. And yeah, okay, no, it is not compulsory to put comment in the head tag. You can directly use it. Okay, this PPT, so the PPT has been shared on all the WhatsApp groups. Okay, all the WhatsApp groups have been shared the entire PPT for your references itself. Yes, data structures and algorithms are included in the full stack web development training and internship. Data structures and algorithms, C++, as well as competitive programming is included. Okay, yes, Google hires web development as well. Okay, yes, so for the first year students, you will be able to get a heads on over all your peers. Okay, so for example, in the second year itself, you have to sit for internships in your campus itself. So you will be able to get the heads on in the entire thing. You will be having every single thing that you know in your arsenal itself, and then you have 1 year to iterate over it and make yourself better. So that is something that will be really helpful for you. Can I do both data analyst and full stack web development internship together? So that is not helpful at all for you. According to me, we are providing the course, that is the data analyst course as well. If you want to learn data analyst as well, you can just do the full stack web development training and internship program, and along with that you can do the course for data analyst. So you will be able to learn every single thing. All the courses, complementary courses, will also be certified. Okay, at what time the 2-hour doubt session will be taken in the internship of full stack web developer? See, what happens is we give the students the choice. Okay, whatever timing the students tell us, we conduct the training program at that particular time itself. Up till this particular point of time, the time distribution was to 8:30 to 10:30 there were the live classes, and then 10:30 to like 10:30, not like around 10:45 to 12:15 there were the doubt sessions. These were the timing that the batch suggested. So whatever your batch will be, your batch will have to decide the timing on their own, and they will have to tell us the timing. At that particular time we'll be conducting the entire stuff itself. Okay, yeah, sure. So my WhatsApp number, I'm just sharing it right now, 7016416673. This is my WhatsApp number, 16416673. You can like contact me on my WhatsApp number itself, and yeah, see, recommendation is something that you can use later. So that is called as referrals. So referrals are something that you can use anytime in your entire lifetime. So that is something that you can use at any point of time. Okay, also that letter of recommendation, internship certificates are something that is valid like in your entire lifetime itself. Okay, see, if someone is not attending the classes, if someone is not learning at all, then we cannot guarantee placement. But if you are someone who is absolutely attending the classes on time, doing all the work, like doing every single thing, then of course we are guaranteeing placements as well. Okay, okay. The live classes will be conducted on Zoom. So the live classes will be conducted on Zoom, and the live doubt session will be conducted on Google Meet. Yes, so for example, we have Atulya Arya and many other graduates of ShapeAI who were from EEE and ECE who got into companies like Goldman Sachs. So like that is something that you can get into. Like I said, usually we have 100% placement itself because every student gets placed at the end of the day. That is something that we have. Yes, you would have to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript first before going into full stack web development. Otherwise, you will not be able to go into that particular page itself. Okay. If you guys have any doubts or anything else, you can contact us in the WhatsApp as well. I've given you the WhatsApp number. There are only 240 seats and usually they get filled up in like 1 week or 2 weeks itself. So if you guys want to join, you can make the payment via shapeai.tech, or else you want to ask any questions, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number as well. I've put up my WhatsApp number in the entire like live chat as well, so you can get into it. So which is better, data analysis or full stack? That's totally up to you. In which particular like portion you are much more interested in, you can get into that particular thing itself. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and if you have any questions, you can like just get into it. See, DSA is compulsory if you are going into programming. Any kind of job that requires programming, whether it be data analysis or full stack web developer, you need to know DSA and CP. Only then you will be able to get any job. So that in an MNC, of course, as a freelancer you don't need to know, but freelancers are not something that they are in good company. So to get into a good company, you need to know DSA and CP. So that is also something that we are covering in the training and internship program as well. So thank you so much, guys. If you have any question, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, and I will get back to you. Okay, so yeah. No, there will be no problem in learning the languages, because like I said, it is all something that we have already tested out and everything is going according to a plan itself. So there will be no problem. You will be learning one after the another thing itself. So you will have no problem at all. Okay. The minimum internships stipend that was offered. So the stipend is what happens in internships that was offered by ShapeAI. It was 30,000 to Ashish Modi. And the maximum that was offered was by Goldman Sachs. That was 1,07,000 rupees almost per month. That was offered by Goldman Sachs itself. So that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number and I will surely help you out. Okay, CP is competitive programming. That is something that is extremely important. Okay, thank you so much, guys, and have a good day ahead.